Hello Nation, and welcome back to the homestead. So today I'm going to talk to you about what you need to have in place for the time that you chicks come home. Last time we talked to you guys about what you need to have on hand before you order your chicks and before your chicks get there. And if you missed that video, that link will be in the description. So now you've gotten a phone call, whether it's from the post office or your wife, which gives you about a 20-minute window either way before you have to go get your birds and pick them up at the post office, or before your crazy chicken lady wife comes home with a car full of chickens. Now, the very first thing that you want to make sure that you have in place is the heat. You want to make sure that you're at that 95 degrees. After that, you want to have in place is you want to have your brooders set up. You want to have the bedding in there. You want them to go so that way you can go straight from the box straight into your brooder or into your container that you are going to be using as a makeshift brooder until you're able to take these birds outside. You want to get the bedding in there. You want to get the water in there. Remember, we suggested 2 waters. One just regular water, and the other one with the electrolytes. You want to go ahead and get the food in there. Go ahead and get your chick starter, medicated, whatever it is that you decide. So that way, as soon as that box or car load of chicks arrive, you can literally go from the box straight into your brooder. Alright, so the chicks are at the house now. You're getting ready to take them from box to brooder. Now, if you got the crazy chicken lady wife, if she just showed up with a truckload of chickens from the swap meet or Tractor Supply, you could probably put those guys straight in there and go straight into the next step. But if they're being shipped to you, this is what we suggest. Taking bird by bird and go ahead and kind of dip in their beak in the water where it's at, so they know exactly where it is and they can go straight to drinking. I would suggest go ahead and dip it in that electrolyte one, so that way they can get rehydrated fast because of that stress from going from box to post office to the postal carrier who likes to carry them like this to you picking them up and then driving them home. So go ahead and let them know exactly where that water is straight away. Just take each chick, little dip, and just go to the next one. Boop, boop, boop. And you'll be good to go. Then you move right into the next step, which is for the next couple of hours, next day or so, monitor them. You want to have even distribution. You want to have some up underneath your heat source. You want to have some eating, some drinking, some kind of just chilling, spread out all over your brooder. What you don't want is you don't want them all hugged up in a corner away from the heat lamp, stepping all on top of each other. That tells you that you got it too hot in there. You need to crank it down. Same aspect, you don't want all of them trying to crowd around and get up underneath that heat source or that light, because that means you have it too cold in there. And then, same way with the food and water. As soon as you bring that water in, if they're all jumping on it, you might need to add an extra water. Or check it more than 2 or 3 times a day. And just keep that stuff going. Keep them monitoring, and they should be good to go until you're ready to move them outside. Okay, so as you're monitoring these birds along, like I said, one of the things, if you're seeing somewhat even distribution and you're not sure that you got it right and you're worried about them, just keep an eye out for that good old Pasty Butt. If you don't know what Pasty Butt is, we did a video about Pasty Butt. That link will be in the description, or Robin will put it in a card. And you can check it out and learn everything that you need to know about Pasty Butt and how to treat it, how to take care of it. Because Pasty Butt will tell you if you've got it, some of the causes of Pasty Butt will tell you what's going on in here. Go check out that video. Okay, so it's been a couple of days. Your birds are doing great. You got even distribution throughout your brooder, no pasty butt. So what do you got left to do? Well, over the next 4 to 6 weeks, you got to turn that temperature down about 5 degrees every week. Start backing it down. So that way you can move your birds outside in about 4 to 6 weeks. Depending on your nighttime temperatures in your area, if they get around 60 degrees in that 60-degree window spot, you can go ahead and move your birds outside as long as they're fully feathered. If the birds are not fully feathered, keep them in that brooder until they get fully feathered. Once that happens, then they'll be good to go out into your coop or into your tractor. So I hope this video has prepared you well enough so that way you can be the hero to your wife or significant other when she comes home with a big old carload full of chickens. That way you make sure you're protecting her investment and she can get the full enjoyment out of raising chickens, and then you get to eat those fresh eggs in the morning before you go off to your job. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless and have a nice day.